And we're back.
Thunder and Spanking is currently waking us from a dead sleep.
Yep. Last time they found treasure, right?
Yeah, last time they found treasure. Treasure's real.
Okay. Who is that? Um,
Um, who is it? I'll
it's
take it.
yeah, it's you, I think.
Hey, I know you two are in there. You thieves better not still be sleeping.
The muffled shout leaks in from outside, followed by another voice.
It's not even 7. Can I go back to bed?
And another voice. You're better off just rolling with it. For her, it may as well be noon.
Open up, or I swear Joe's gonna burst down the door.
Wait, what? Gee, I wonder who this could be. I roll out of bed and open the slider connecting to the other rooms. Marina is sitting pressed up against the back of the fold-out bed with the sheets over her head.
Who do you think it is?
Take a wild guess. I march over and throw open the door. As expected, my three favorite people stand before me.
About time. Do you have any idea how long we've been out here?
A groggy Tess sways from side to side. Joseph's gentle hands are the only thing preventing her from passing out on the ground. It's funny that you, of all people, accuse us of theft.
What else would you call what happened to my equipment?
I don't know. Borrowing? You loaned it to us, remember?
Correction. Joe loaned it to you.
Joseph gives a tired smirk and a wave.
I was forced to sit idly by and watch you make off with it. That's theft if I've ever seen it.
She pushes me aside and clambers into the motorhome, followed by the other two.
That is not theft. Definition, that is not.
Yeah. Looks like we're coming in.
Morning. You three. Morning. How are you guys doing?
Tired, for what it's worth. We tried stopping her. Maria stomps to the middle of the motorhome, analyzing everything before releasing a loud scoff.
Where's my stuff?
If you don't get out of my RV in 5 seconds, it'll be shoved up your...
Don't worry about it. You guys are great. Tess, did you hang up your new wind chime?
Tess's eyes flicker with interest for all of a second, then return to their obstinate, droopy state.
Uh-huh. That's on my bed. I'll put the fold out. You two don't sleep together?
Wow. What? Everybody can see it. Told ya.
Damn it.
Grumbling, Maria pulls a bill from her pocket and slaps it in Joe's hand.
That means we get to sleep in tomorrow morning.
Sure does, kiddo. Sure does.
I like how they're just betting on us.
Yeah.
Like they completely assume that we're already bedmates.
Yeah. The ringleader of the circus returns to inspecting the motorhome, fiddling with the magnets on the fridge.
Anyway, give me back my equipment and we'll get out of your hair.
Come on, let's just let them use it. It's the least we can do after tearing apart her car. Maria's attention turns to the counter, topped with the open box of stunning gold nuggets from the night before.
Whose fault was that? What's this?
What is what?
Thing on the counter. Almost looks like that. It's a piece of treasure we found. Right thing.
She chuckles. She stops.
He's kidding, right?
I have a devious thought and crack an equally devious smile. Nope, she's telling the truth, 100%. I wrap my arm around Maria and bring her close. Joseph and Tess shoot each other alarmed glances. We found it last night, with your equipment. She stands there, stupefied.
No, that's impossible. You're lying.
Really now? Hey Marina, why don't you tell her about it?
Thing. Yesterday after we met, and I looked at the journal again and thought I might be near the smaller rocks behind the bigger one. They're called dikes, I think. Anyway, it turns out she was right.
Maria looks down, muttering to herself.
How? Why wouldn't he just hide it on the mountain? It makes sense if he was going back to Missouri.
Her voice diminishes, until her words are reduced to lip flaps. Like a mad scientist trying to figure out a complex equation, she retreats into her own little world.
Maria?
A smidge of sympathy buzzed inside me. I looked at Joseph and Tess. Even they look a little shocked. Is she gonna be okay? I honestly don't know. Tess approaches Maria, who is still whispering nonsense under her breath. Nonchalantly, Tess hops in front of her, her hand reaching upwards, trying to wave it in front of Maria and bring her back into our world. No response. Tess pulls Maria's arms skyward, then allows them to flop down to her side. Still no response. You know, we've been looking into that treasure since we were kids. Joseph steps up to the counter and stares into the box. Never expected someone to find it before us. That's more than I can say. I didn't even think it existed. There's that too. He sighs, then with a shrug cracks a smile. Well, good job anyway. You ladies seem cool, so if it couldn't be us, then at least it was you.
You guys want to stick around? We can tell you more about it.
He looks at Maria. Somehow, I don't think that would be healthy for her, or you. He grabs Maria by the shoulders and begins pushing her towards the exit. Come on, Maria, let's go make you a nice cold michelada. I don't know what that is.
I'm going to look that up. It is it's a drink.
Okay, that
It's a
makes
beer.
sense. Huh.
It's a beer, Spanish, uses tomato juice.
Huh.
I don't think that's a good combination,
Yeah.
beer and tomato juice, because, like, there's basically bread.
Yeah.
Wait, no, maybe it could work, because, like, there's a reason why grilled cheese and tomato soup works. Maybe does that extend to beer?
Maybe, I don't know. You can keep the equipment. Think of it as an apology gift. Because cheaply made tools I could get at any hardware store are of equal value to a car. They're almost out of the motorhome when Maria flips and rushes back.
Hold on a minute, thief.
She looks me straight in the eyes, her expression returning to that of a piercing hawk.
Just had beginner's luck. Might have found the first piece, but I promise you, and my team will find the rest.
She extends a hand and smirks. I pause for a moment, then grab it and offer a smirk of my own. You're on. Marina and Joseph both let out a sigh of relief, as if they've just witnessed the signing of a peace treaty. Well, guess that takes care of that.
Well, let's get out of here and go back to a proper base.
You gonna drink until you feel better again, sis?
Oof, okay.
Shut up! Did Mom ever teach you any manners?
I always said mom's an airheaded ditz who wouldn't know good advice for a good man if it bit her on the butt.
Yeah.
Sorry for all your trouble, ladies. See you two down the road. Joseph pulls the door closed. Marina and I stay put, as the bickering of the trio fades into the distance.
Are you serious?
Huh? About what?
Treasure. You told Marina that you were gonna find the rest. You're just being nice and want to leave now. That's fine too. You've already done a lot for me.
Wearing her shirt. She's wearing her shirt.
Yeah.
Her shirt.
Yeah. It's the amber shirt.
Amber shirt. Amber shirt. Sharing clothes.
Yeah.
Sharing clothes.
She casts her eyes downwards to hide her emotions, but I know her better by now. And let you keep all the treasure for yourself? Hell no. Her eyes bounce back. Besides, somebody gotta keep from getting yourself into trouble. May as well be me.
For real? It's possible to go to?
Yeah, it's still a little while away. I want to do some sightseeing anyway. Marina launches forward. Before I can sidestep, she tackles me with the force of a gold-filled freight train. I don't even try to resist. It's futile in the grace of Marina's hugs.
Thank you.
Actually, I probably owe you an apology. She cocks her head and looks up at me. I look away, my bashful side taking over. Well, you know, I kept saying it wasn't real and stuff.
Hey, don't worry about it. Most people wouldn't have even given me the time of day.
Yeah, but...
Relax. Just figure out where we have to go next.
I smile. We walk to the front of the RV and take our seats. Grabbing the journal from the glove compartment, I flip it open. I glance over the second to last entry. Key phrases like split path, detour, and acres of identical arched stone throw my brain into the deep end, drowning me in dizzying puzzles before I've even fully read it. Marina peeks over, trying to decipher the entries with me. A speck of inadequacy crawls up inside me, and I quickly flip to the next entry before Marina notices I'm stuck. I'll deal with that later. For now, I'll just narrow this down. We'll just narrow this down. You were doing the,
Sorry, doing
Yeah, I think you're doing the
Just
butt.
just happened since my last entry, so let me waste no time in beginning. I mentioned previously I'd begun to develop a cough source during my travels. At the time, I thought nothing of it, just a result of being overexposed to the elements. After all, a handsomely rugged and worldly man such as myself should be used to such things. I digress. Fortunately, the more I continued under the blazing sun, the more my condition worsened, until finally my body gave out. Last thing I remember is falling off my steed. Time later, I awoke next to a fire with my horse nearby. I myself could not move as I was held down by illness and sweat, but I was reassured by a man sitting across from me. Further inspection, I realized he was a native of the land. In several encounters with people of his sort during my time on the wagon trail, so naturally I was suspicious and fearful for the remainder of my gold. However, the man said he had no interest in such things. Dry, quiet fellow, the man told me his name was Lamasi, and that I was in a canyon his people occupied. They had been driven off to a segment of it some years back. English was quite fluent, and when I inquired, he said he learned settlers as a boy. Next several days, Lamasi would nurse me back to health. Never strayed too far, he preferred looking after his estranged tribe from a distance. I was able to explore portions of his home. Eventually, I stumbled upon a long ruined home built into a cave on the side of the mountain. According to Lamasi, there are many more like it, though they originally belonged to enemies of his ancestors. So then that I realized where I would leave the next portion of my bounty. My last day with him, I informed Lamasi of my plans. He casually promised to guard it for me until I returned. Before I left, he pointed me in the direction of a sacred landmark, one so giant and huge it would simultaneously be a conspicuous and inconspicuous hiding place. That knowledge, I bid farewell to my new friend and trusted the gold in his care. Perhaps I will reward him with some of it on the return trip. You're my Lamasi, Amber.
Suddenly, my chest feels like a hummingbird just fluttering around in it. I shift my eyes away from her smile and hide my face. Thanks. When you strip away all the circumstances, I guess I did save and protect her like that Lamasi guy did with the miner.
We're just like a canyon, right?
Marina leans in closer and points to the entry. Strands of her soft hair tickling my cheek. I scoot back and power through it, taking a sharp breath to recollect myself. Basically, yeah. Marina nearly springs out of her seat in a burst of realization. Her head is an inch away from smacking to the ceiling.
Oh my god! I mean, we get to go to the Grand Canyon? Get to go to the Grand Canyon, Amber?
Not unless history decides to rewrite itself. There's a lot of canyons with ruins. One of them is the Grand Canyon, but most of them have been cleared out for the hundreds of years. I choked down a groan. Indian ruins aren't exactly rarities around here. Maybe that other entry wasn't so bad after all. So we're looking for a place that was still being used in the 1850s. Marina hunkers down and thinks with me. Wrinkles forming on her forehead as she tries to strain out an answer. At first she doesn't even know where to start, but hey, at least she's trying. Well, there is one place. Marina hardly gets a breath out before I crush her dreams once again. Not the Grand Canyon. She slinks back into her chair and quietly pouts. It's still in Arizona, but it's a different place. Canyon de Chelly. Chelly? Chalet? I don't know.
Shelly. It
Shelley.
sounds like Shelly.
The Navajo weren't chased out until 1863, so the timing isn't too screwy. The place is loaded with ruins, too.
Oh, are they Pueblo ruins?
My flow of information stops. She knows what I'm talking about? She can actually pronounce it? I hope we're actually pronouncing all this stuff correctly, too.
Yeah, me too, because, like, if I accidentally butcher one of these words, it's just like, oof.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised you know that.
I've been reading some of those travel guides lying around. Super interesting.
Those things must be about as old as I am by now. I didn't have the heart to throw them away when I was cleaning everything out. Hey, that's how I did it. It's the best way to learn. Anyway, Canyon de Chelly is pretty damn close to here. She gasps.
What might have lined up with the route he took?
Well, I can't be 100% positive, but I closed my eyes and snapped the book shut. The air between the pages puffing out at us. Then, with one eye open, shut Marina a grin. I'm pretty sure.